everyone, and welcome to another episode of Math with Dr. War. We're continuing the basic skills series. We're now on to multiplication of decimals. To multiply decimals, you have four simple rules. The first rule, line up your numbers with the last digits under each other. So let's look at A. 4.7 times 3, I'm going to line up my digits with the last digits under each other, such as this. My second step, multiply as if they were whole numbers. So I'm thinking of this as 47 times 3. Forget their decimals. 3 times 7 is 21. Carry my 2. 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2 is 14. Step number 3, we're going to add the decimal places in each of the numbers being multiplied. So, when they talk about decimal places, we're looking at how many digits are after the decimal point. So on our first digit, that's one decimal place. Now 3 is a whole number. Whole numbers have 0 decimal places. So in my product, which is 141, I'm going to insert a total of 1 decimal place, and I'm moving from right to left. So my answer is 14.1. Now you can check to see if your answer is reasonable. And to do that, I focus on the whole number portion of my decimal. So I'm going to focus on the 4 and the 3. Now when I multiply 4 times 3, I get 12. So remember when I did my product turned out to be 141. Now would that be a reasonable answer? No, because when we multiplied 4 times 3, I got 12. My answer should be somewhere around 12 point something. So 141 is not reasonable. Is 14.1 a reasonable answer? Yes. Would 0.141 be reasonable? The answer is no. So to check if your answer is correct and if your decimal point is in the correct place, just multiply the whole number portion, and that should give you a clue. So when I multiplied 4 times 3, I got 12. My answer turned out to be 14.1. Let's try this again. I have 1.23 times 6.1. So remember what I did. I lined up my last digits under each other. I'm going to multiply as if these are whole numbers. 123 times 61. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Now multiplying by the 6 you're assuming is in the tens column. So your answer will start in the tens column. So I'm going to put a 0 for the ones. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. When I add, I get 3. 8 and 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 3, 4, 5, and my 7. Now let's look at our decimal places. This has 2 decimal places. The second digit has 1 decimal place. So my product needs 3 decimal places. So I'm going to insert them. 1, 2, 3. So my answer, 7.503. And I can check to see if this is reasonable. Focusing on the whole numbers. So I have 1 times 6. And when I multiply 1 times 6, I get 6. So my answer should be 6 point something, in that ballpark. And my answer is 7 point something. So my answer is correct. Right here. Last one, let's multiply. So again, we're going to line them up, last digits under last digits. We're going to multiply. So I'm thinking of this as 503 times 124. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry my 1. 4 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. And 4 times 5 is 20. I'm going to put my 0. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, 0, 0. And times them by 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. Let's add up all of these numbers. So I have 2, 6, and 1 is 7. 3, 2, 5 plus 1 is 6. Let's look at the number of decimal places. In the first decimal, I have 2 decimal places. In the second one, I have 1 decimal place. So my product needs 3 decimal places. So 1, notice 1 starts here and not here. 1, 2, 3. So my answer is 62.372. Let's check to see if that's a reasonable answer. Focusing on the whole numbers, that's 5 and that's 12. If you multiply 5 and 12, guess what I get? 5 times 12, 60. And that's 62 point. So my answer is reasonable. So I'm finished. I hope this has been helpful. Good luck in your TASC examination.